In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 important things that you will need to get through these challenging times or any challenging times. Stay tuned and keep watching. In my few other videos that I've shot, I've always started out by saying it's so easy to be caught up. It's so easy to be caught up with what is happening. It's so easy to fall into fear, to let that, paralyze us, to being anxious about the whole thing. We're watching news on the media of how the economy the markets are crashing, people losing jobs, and I mentioned this many times over in my videos. This brings into my point, what is the number one most important thing right now that you and I and all of us need to exercise is mental resilience. We do not need to follow the herd mentality. Just because everybody is going into this specific direction, we don't need to go there. Just because everybody is thinking and feeling a certain way, we do not need to participate in that. During times of trouble, right, during times of uncertainty, the only way that we can actually come out of this thriving, not just surviving, thriving, is developing specific mindset, specific character traits, specific almost like building like mental, resilience is the word, building mental strength, because that's the only thing that's going to help you stand out and help you get through these really weird times. So now that we have more time at home, here are a few tips and tricks that we can actually use now, depending on wherever you are and how long the lockdown is going to continue. And these tips are something that you can use even after the quarantine and COVID is over. So they are life-changing tips and developing habits that will, I'm pretty sure, benefit you for quite a long time to come. The first thing that we can start off with, and this is something that I've been using since, during my leukemia days, during the times when I was completely broke, trying to sort my life out, is a gratitude list. Now, you would have heard this, I'm pretty sure, you need to be grateful for things or whatever. But I would go in a little deeper than that to say that when you start your mornings and before you go to bed at night with 5 to 10 things that you can be grateful for, and by the way, it doesn't have to be huge things, okay? It can be just something as simple as being grateful for the bed that you have. Might not be the best bed, but it's still something to be grateful for. You can be grateful for your health. If you're not in good health right now, it could be something as simple, being grateful for the simple functions that your body is still are still having. Like, for example, being able to breathe, going into the toilet, and that your body is still regulating itself. Being grateful that the sun is still there. We might not be able to go out right now, but the world is still going around. And the reason for me, going back to the point of why you need to do this, or I recommend that you do this in the morning upon waking up and going to bed at night, is because you're actually forming habitual patterns. There's new neural pathways in your brain, and train it to be looking for positive things more than looking for the negatives. And anything that is positive in your life, you will actually get more of if you focus your attention on them. And during challenging times, I understand how difficult and challenging that can be, to be looking for things to be grateful for, but I will tell you that that's like your anchor, right? That is a habit that you are forming within yourself. So no matter how tough things get, you are actually creating a habit within yourself where you will look for the little things in life that will put you in a better state, that will uplift you. All right, so this brings me to the second point. Do things or engage yourself in things that will put you in a better frame of mind, right? And that's why I spoke about in the first video, talking about COVID and coronavirus, that stop watching or reduce your time watching news that is going to freak you out a little bit, right? You're better off reading something that will inspire you, whether it's actually just listening to music, painting, maybe a workout, gardening if you can, maybe going for little walks outside your garden. If you can't go for walks, then distract yourself with something else that is going to make you feel a little better about yourself. Because the key here is you need to sort of isolate, right? You need to sort of like build like some sort of like a mental isolation and like a barrier of things that are going to pull you down. And honestly, this is one of the best times that you can to do it, because you actually don't need to leave your house. I personally found this to be very helpful, because rather than needing to be going up there, being distracted by your 9 to 5, needing to travel to your workplaces, needing to go places, you actually sort of forced to be with yourself. And this is really being in isolation, and building mental resilience in isolation is actually a very, very easy thing to do. And believe me, because I say it because I've done it before. And the one thing I really want to really remind you guys is this, that nothing is impossible. No matter how shit your position is right now, no matter how you don't see any solution in sight, the one way that solutions come, the one way out, is to first believe in yourself. I know it sounds really weird, but take it from somebody who has done this quite a number of times over, that if you actually believe strongly within yourself that there is a way out, you will find it. It might take some time, right? Great things don't actually happen overnight. It takes time to build your mental capacity up. It takes time to build mental resilience. And everything starts from here. Everything starts from a deep belief and strength, and just a knowing that no matter what happens, you are able to do it. Without that belief in you don't expect anything else to help you. Everything has to start with you. You are the cause and the main cause of what is happening in your life. Sure, there are external circumstances, like I said before, that can happen to us. I certainly wasn't expecting leukemia to have cancer, right? But it's how we respond to it. It's how we respond to challenges, how we deal with it, the mindset that we have to cope with it, that is going to make everything matter. It's going to be the difference between life and death. It's going to be the difference between whether you make it out of this situation great, or you're just gonna go down. And I hope that by sharing this with you, that I remind you that we all have it within ourselves to make that difference in our lives first, and then to the lives of others, and to keep that strength within you, to cultivate that strength and belief. Because truthfully, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. There's no guarantees, and there are no guarantees in life. And I've learned that through and through with everything that I've gone through, a health challenge, a health crisis, financial crisis, being blacklisted, losing my house. I have learned that there are many things in life which I wish that I have more complete control over, but I don't. Whether it's people, relationships, friendships, you have no control over how people is going to respond to you, but you have complete control over how you respond to others, how you are going to manage your life situation, your life, yourself, and the challenges that come, because this is life. Life is not just, one direction. It's always going to be different peaks and troughs, however you pronounce that which, without the little downs of life, you will never be able to know what you're really capable of. So please use this time to see what you're capable of, to see what you can do, so that by the end of this, you can use these habits that you've cultivated and use it for a long time to come. I hope this helps for today, and take care, be safe. I'll see you guys soon.